I confess that my breakdown between your mother and I has caused emotional unbalance in the family.
Most of the time, I don't like my family. Everyone in my family.
Take a breath.
Everybody. I feel like I'm angry at everybody in my family. I don't like my family. If they weren't my family, it wouldn't be my friend.
Yeah, y'all, it looks like the Braxton family drama just got a whole lot messier because their niece Ashley just cracked open a vault of family secrets that nobody was ready for. Apparently, her revelations have now prompted the Braxton sisters' ex-husbands to start spilling their own tea, and they're not holding back. According to them, the Braxtons are carrying deep generational trauma that's been silently shaping their relationships and success for decades. Even Toni's ex-husband, Carrie Lewis, has come forward saying that Toni used her sisters to boost her career while leaving behind emotional wreckage. He even suggested that this same dynamic is the real reason why Tamar and Towanda's relationship has always been strained. Baby, when I say this family's issues go way deeper than what we saw on Braxton Family Values, I mean it.
Well, Tamar, you had me thinking I was crazy too. I see, you know what, it felt like a surviving Tamar moment. They always talk about how, women is being mentally abused and physically abused. Men get mentally and physically abused too. Cause she just socked me in my jaw before. You feel me? And I'm sure Jeremy and before and got their head cracked. Okay? And them gas station pills, yeah, you gotta do something to stay afloat,
Now let's be real. Every family's got their drama, but the Braxtons? Baby, they take it to a whole different level. And all this tension between the sisters didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It goes way back to Evelyn and Michael Braxton Sr. when Ashley came forward with her story about one of her aunt's husbands having an inappropriate relationship with her. The way the family reacted spoke volumes. Instead of protecting her, they allegedly turned their backs on her and blamed her for what happened. Ashley said that when she was just 16, the Braxton family started distancing themselves, leaving her feeling isolated and completely unloved. It got so bad that she packed up and moved to another country just to start fresh. And even when she shared her story publicly on TikTok, the silence from the family was deafening. No public support, no private check-ins, nothing. According to Ashley, the only auntie who reached out to her was Tamar, which honestly says a lot about where those family loyalties really stand.
Now, before anyone says anything, please let it be known and let it be clear that as I am in this journey and in this process, and as I'm healing and trying to understand all of this stuff, that it feels really good to have a family member behind me, okay?
She liked the post Ashley made and even reconnected with her, saying she understood some of what Ashley went through because she too had faced her own trauma and life struggles. But honestly, what's the excuse for the rest of the aunties and family? Not a single word, not even a whisper from them. You'd think Grandma Evelyn, of all people, would be appalled by what happened to her granddaughter, but nope, total silence. And it gets worse. Ashley revealed that her own father, Mikey, sent her a cease and desist letter, basically threatening to sue her if she kept talking about her experience. That's beyond cruel. Imagine the very person who's supposed to protect and comfort you turning around and trying to silence you instead. It's heartbreaking and nasty on so many levels. And what makes it worse is that it seems like the Braxtons are more worried about their image than about the actual healing of their family. Rather than rallying around Ashley, they're pushing her away like she's the problem. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time something like this has come up. When Tamar bravely shared her own story about being touched as a child, her sisters didn't rally behind her either. Instead, they used their words to cut her down, almost making it seem like she shouldn't have spoken up in the first place. So it's no wonder there's so much generational hurt and silence running through that family.
Well, first of all, I was very disappointed in finding out via social media because our family is closer than that. And to have someone else regurgitate that story to us. Well, or I can only speak for me. But for someone else to tell me the story of something that happened to my own family
They pretty much said that what Tamar claimed was her truth, but not necessarily the truth, which, let's be real, is just a polite way of saying they didn't believe her. That had to sting. Instead of showing her empathy, her sisters seemed more upset that Tamar didn't call them before speaking out, rather than focusing on what she had actually gone through. That kind of reaction says a lot about how deep the emotional disconnect runs in that family. And honestly, if Tamar, Traci, and Ashley have spoken up, who knows how many others in the family have been silently carrying similar pain. But one thing that's hard to ignore is the role Mama Evelyn might have played in keeping things quiet. Reports say she never allowed Tamar to name the family member who had abused her. Almost like protecting the family image mattered more than confronting the truth. And let's not forget, Evelyn and Michael Sr. both contributed to a lot of that family trauma. Michael Sr. left after the divorce and went on to marry his side piece, leaving the girls to pick up the emotional pieces on their own. Meanwhile, Evelyn struggled through her own battles, and when she was hospitalized for a while, it was Toni who had to step up and take care of everyone. From that moment on, it was like Toni was forced into the role of caretaker, not just emotionally but financially and professionally. When her music career took off, she became the one expected to carry her sisters too, managing their dreams while barely holding on to her own. And that dynamic, Toni being the provider while the others felt left behind or overlooked, created a cycle of resentment, guilt, and competition that still lingers in the Braxton family today.
My sister Traci is the one who said to me, Toni, you know, when you make it, you can help us come on. So I always try to abide that. But the responsibility of it is so heavy for me. I feel I can never live my life, and I never used to say it. I never used to say anything to anybody.
Each of the Braxton sisters wanted their own rise to fame, some through entertainment, others by marrying into wealth. Toni, meanwhile, was out here trying to compete with legends like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, determined to prove herself in her own lane. And while no one can deny Toni's talent, insiders say she leaned heavily on her sisters to help craft her sound and image. Tamar, in particular, reportedly played a big role in shaping Toni's early vocals, while Towanda served as her assistant, and Trina often sang background. But once Tamar began craving her own spotlight, cracks started to form within the family. The girl group featuring Trina, Towanda, and Tamar quickly fell apart due to constant arguments and clashing egos. Things really shifted when Tamar married Vince Herbert, who helped secure the family's reality show Braxton Family Values. Towanda thought it would be a shared platform for all of them to shine, but Tamar ended up becoming the breakout star. From her solo music career to multiple spin-offs and talk show appearances, Tamar's fame skyrocketed. According to Towanda's ex-husband, Andre, that's when the real tension and resentment started to grow, turning sisterhood into silent rivalry and competition that has lasted for years.
You felt guilty because you know how you've been acting, and however, excuse me, let me finish because I let you talk. Thank you. I will.
Continue.
And I will. And I will. And yes. So, and then you decided that, you know, you wanted to say something, like you just couldn't let him say something nice about me.
Do you think you've been the same exact person?
He does.
No, I'm asking you. Do you think that you've been
I know
the same?
I'm saying.
I'm asking, do you think that
I'm
you've
answering.
been...
I
Okay,
have been
answer
the same
then.
motif.
So you
Toni,
are.
you're not my Thor type.
So you are.
Nor am I afraid of you. So don't talk to me like that, okay?
Hilarious.
Every time we get together.
According to Andre, Towanda and Trina still blame Tamar for their group's failure and hold resentment because their careers never took off afterward. Towanda, who was married to Andre at the time, struggled the most. He didn't work much, rarely helped with the kids, and left her to provide for the family alone.
Andre's a writer. He basically sits home and writes books, his own books. And he takes care of the kids, which is great. Except for one thing, he's not out selling any of his books, which means I have to take care of the household because he is not bringing any money in.
I don't like some of the things you do, True. Basically, I feel like I married my mother. And you know, I didn't like my mother. I loved her to death. But you know, I didn't like her.
It got so bad that Towanda eventually faced criminal charges for forgery and theft by receiving, and later got hit with another fraud case from her landlord for unpaid rent and property damage. Traci also had her share of money troubles. Her landlord even called her out on Instagram for not paying rent and pretending to own the property she was living in. According to Andre, while Toni and Tamar occasionally tried to help their sisters, their support often came with arrogance and condescension. Toni acted like a diva, and Tamar's mood swings made her unpredictable. Towanda, Trina, and Traci often felt more like servants than sisters, constantly belittled and dismissed. Their mother, Evelyn, never stepped in to mediate the rivalry. Instead, she allegedly favored Toni and Tamar because they were successful and had industry connections. Over time, the competition, jealousy, and unresolved family trauma seeped into their marriages. While the Braxton sisters could get men to marry them, none of those relationships seemed to last. Many believe Evelyn's bitterness and favoritism played a big role in why none of her daughters found lasting love or peace in their relationships.
I mean, they have love, and look at them. I'm just saying. She's in love. I'm just saying.
You're just saying what?
I'm just saying they have love, and look at them. It's always something, for God's sake.
What do you mean, look?
Every man cheats except for President Obama, because if he cheated, then everybody would have known about it before he was president.
That's right.
Towanda had a complicated marriage with Andre, and her current boyfriend Sean seems to be more interested in the perks of being with her than in the relationship itself. She clearly loves him more than he loves her. Toni's marriage ended messily, and her relationship with Birdman reportedly wasn't great either, as rumors suggested he was involved with both men and women, something Toni wasn't comfortable with. Trina's ex-husband Gabe constantly embarrassed her on their reality show, and after that toxic marriage ended, she found herself in yet another unstable relationship with her current husband, Vaughn. Tamar has gone through 3 marriages and divorces, each filled with drama and heartbreak. Meanwhile, Traci, before her passing, had tried to forgive her husband Kevin for his alleged infidelity and the rumors of a child outside their marriage, but the hurt remained. When she passed away, she left everything to her son, which reportedly left Kevin Sr. bitter and resentful, still unable to let go of the past or accept her final decision.
Traci Braxton said checkmate in real life. Left everything to her son. The cheating husband gets nothing. My girl was moving in stealth mode, in complete silence, had the lawyer come and record her final wishes before her health started to decline so that it couldn't be contested. May we all learn and aspire to be Traci Braxton.
People are still buzzing about all the secrets and dysfunction in the Braxton family, and honestly, it's no surprise. Growing up in a family where parents are treated like deities, and no one can speak up is a recipe for chaos. The Braxtons' issues run deep, and while each sister has her own side of the story, the root of their problem seems to trace back to Mama Evelyn. If she would take accountability for some of her mistakes, it might help heal the family. But instead, the tension keeps growing, and the energy around them just feels darker with time. What do you guys think about all this? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video, baddies.